So he starts talking about how mad he was that they had to land the plane and then take a 50-minute car ride to get there. And he kept complaining. And then he sort of realized what he was doing. And he said, no, but I don't mind. I love it. I love to come out here. But 50 minutes, like this minor inconvenience that he is whining about to these people that probably stood in the sun for literally hours to wait and see him. Many of them probably drove for more than 50 minutes to get there. And he's talking about Antifa and saying that they're simultaneously going to invade all of your homes. And then he has this new thing where all of Antifa's arms are skinny and they live in a basement. As there's a famous essay about fascism and some of the common tropes of it, and one of them that was identified, I wish I had the writer's name up, is that the enemy always has to be both all powerful and incredibly weak. Because you need to cow the population into being afraid, but you also have to give them hope that they can defeat these people. And they certainly don't need to respect these people. So at the same time, they're Antifa super soldiers. They're gonna break into every single house and kill everyone, but they're also tiny little Fortnite playing weirdos in their basement. The whole thing was just so surreal. It had nothing to do with any of the major challenges that are currently or will in the future be facing our country. And honestly, it shouldn't, because none of those people went there to hear about the fact that wages are stagnant, or they don't want to be reminded of how horrendously the response to the pandemic went. They've spent months inoculating themselves against that sort of information. So the whole thing was it was a cheese grater for the brain, as so many things in 2020 are.
Yeah, many of them may
really
die.
Fast. Whitley Burks in the comments says Umberto Eco is the individual who wrote that.
Eco.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Ecco. Per favore.
Count on you.
Ecco. Eccole. Yeah, many of them are gonna die. I mean, I love that he spent that much time whining, because it really shows you his soul. It shows you who he is, that he will complain about the most petty little thing, and that the cultish nature of his followers is such that they suddenly believe that, hey, maybe one day they too could complain about having to drive in their limousine for 50 minutes, or they're surrounded by security just to get to a rally to talk to people who have worms in their brain because Donald Trump and Fox News put them there. Like, that is their, is that their goal? Like, what are they? And I also love, like, if is a Trump rally like a concert where you come back and you're like, man, he did the water pressure thing, but he didn't talk about Mexicans. It
has to be, right?
It has to be. Like, you get mad that he didn't really go hard on Black Lives Matter. Like, oh, I'm bored with Antifa, but he didn't talk about BLM and the way they're destroying Western civilization. There's all that.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like, I'm out of practice. I've been gone for a week. All I have is just. I was telling you before the show started that I watched that Social Dilemma documentary, and I followed the news a little bit. I wish I could be an optimist. I don't know how anyone looks at the future and feels anything but dread, deep existential dread, Lovecraftian dread. How could anyone not be consumed by that right now? We, like humans in the best of times, which didn't exist, there was never a best time, are not great. Everything around us is making us worse, and everyone is so incentivized and eager to show how terrible they are. So anyway.
Just think about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, John. It's all you gotta do. Obviously, in a non-creepy way, but that calms me. Thinking of her, thinking of Rashida Tlaib, thinking of Ilhan Omar and Ayanna Pressley, calm me. Their new leadership is on its way. We have to make sure that they can fight the BS, and that they, we push them and support them, and all the centrist Democrats that want to prevent them from shining. So, and prevent our issues from being out there. But yeah, it's been a particularly tough week. I don't know if it's because you weren't around, but I feel like your absence lit a few of the wildfires and maybe contributed to a couple of hurricanes. I don't know. We missed you, is what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll try not to rack up any more of a a disastrous record like that. Yeah, I will only say, yeah, normally I would just turn to AOC. Have you been following on Twitter? She has not been active for a couple weeks really at all. Occasionally, but just a little bit. What's up with that?
Dude, as someone who barely ekes out one tweet a day, I'm like, girl, I get it. Sometimes you gotta legislate.
That's true. Yeah, it's not like she.
Like I'm legislating all the time. Slash, I don't know, making a
by the
bad
way, on that one tweet thing, like there's other people who sort of do like the same thing as us that tweet all day long, and I just don't see how. Like I can't do it. I can't just like, it's like you have to just be scanning the feed and having opinions about everything that comes across. And I understand it works. You get the followers, you get the likes and everything, but I don't have it in me, okay? I leave it all on the road, and the road is TDR.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.